This episode of the Horror Basement is brought to you by Connuga, going on February 23rd through the 25th in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Go check them out at connuga.com.
Hi, I'm Bill Mosley, and you're in the Horror Basement with Jim Jam and Johnny Leroy. Lick my plate, you dog dick.
Welcome to the Horror Basement, Tennessee Horror News Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny Leroy. And as always, we got Jim Jam here with us.
Why so serious?
Hey guys, on this podcast, we have another good one for you. But also, make sure you check us out on SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Scurryface Radio, Google Play, iTunes, and the Blueberry.
The Blueberry.
It's like not the blueberry, but it's blueberry.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how you spell that, but it's probably B-L-O-O, berry. B-A-R-Y.
Move on.
I'm sorry. That was funny. Yeah, but
Move on.
In all honesty, no, we do have another good one for you. Breaking out 2018 with another interview that we're going to do for you guys. Rich Ragsdale, director of Ghost House. We talked to Russell Jeffrey Banks, right?
Yeah.
Last week from Ghost House and Who's Watching Oliver. And this week we got, of course, Rich Ragsdale, as I just said. It's a good interview.
Definitely.
And if you're new to our podcast, we hope you enjoy. And, subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. We welcome you if you're new. Yeah. We have never really said that.
Oh.
So
thank you for checking us out.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're new to us, hit us up. Let us know who you are.
Yep. And
away we go. All right, guys. So on today's podcast, we got another good one for you. We have Rich Ragsdale, director of Ghost House. Hey, Rich, how's it going, bro?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing well. It's cold, but that's winter. Winter in Tennessee.
After watching your movie, I don't want to go to Thailand.
Well, it's nice and warm there right now, so
It's not that I wouldn't want to go. I would not want to mess around with any ghost house thingamajuggers, but it's only for women, right?
Oh yeah, well we're good then.
Like we're good.
I don't think anybody wants to mess around with ghost houses, man. It's a bad idea.
Is that a real thing?
It is indeed.
Wow. Because I seen them but are they everywhere like that? Or did
everywhere?
Wow. Because I was just like, man, that one's out in the middle of the woods,
That's what they said though. They took them out there.
No, I'm just saying, the one was on the side of the road, just out in the middle.
I think it was someone's driveway though, wasn't it?
I don't know. It's when they were in the van.
Oh, okay.
When she ran to the woods, before.
Oh, with Go-Go and
yeah. Reno,
yeah.
But I enjoyed the movie thoroughly.
Hey, you know what shocked me is that to find out that it's actually, I knew it was an independent horror, but it don't seem like it at all.
Oh, well, thanks, guys. Yeah, we worked hard on it, but it was very low budget, man. But we just tried to make it feel as big as possible,
But when you have good actors, and I think that goes from a lot of it. You got a good director, you got good actors, you got just, everything's works out so well. But there's some freaking really shitty low-budget movies with shitty actors.
There are a lot, yeah.
If the actors are horrible, the movie's not going to be good.
I'm going to go ahead and throw one under the bus here. Day of the Dead Bloodline was fucking terrible.
Oof. I haven't seen it yet. So.
Oh my God! You think them sci-fi made it? I wouldn't doubt if they did.
A buddy of ours said that he's never watching zombie movies or never reviewing another zombie movie because of that film.
Oh, really?
He is done with zombie movies. He said he will not take any reviews for it.
It's just why can't they just leave well enough alone and quit trying to remake classics?
Yeah, I agree. Well, the original Day of the Dead is. I mean, I love that movie, the Romero one.
Yeah. Well, when you ain't got Romero nowhere near, I'm sure he rolled over in his grave.
Jesus.
Well, I'm just saying though, it's
if he was in Thailand, if they were in Thailand, they would have been possessed. That's how bad it was.
So, what'd you think of Yeti's review about the rivers are pretty much all ghosts?
Yeah. It was. I thought it was a very funny review. I liked it a lot. Man. That was great.
Oh yeah, he definitely gives some comedic reviews. So that's what I like about him.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, man. But yeah, the ghost houses, like to your original point, man. I mean, they're everywhere in Thailand. Like everybody has them, and it's just like they're outside of houses, banks, restaurants. I mean, it's like like in Thailand, there's no question. It's not like people aren't like, do you believe in ghosts? Like everybody believes in ghosts over there.
Oh wow!
So they don't have a ghost hunters in Thailand. They don't.
What's that?
They don't go hunting for ghosts, do they?
No, they don't need to.
I guess they don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, I need to
So they need to do Ghost Hunters Thailand. They go over there and like, oh shit.
Well, they would do it only at nighttime and it'd be really dark and you'd never really know if it was real.
True.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, it's funny because like the ghost house, the whole point is that like, you leave these offerings and stuff. I mean, they're not all scary. I mean, some of them are for your like grandparents and your ancestors and stuff. But, if a malevolent spirit gets in one, you're really screwed, man. You got to go get the monks and, it's like a whole thing. So,
are they,
we chase that down the rabbit hole. So,
I'm just going to ask, the richer people have more ornate ghost houses?
They do, like the more money you have, like the bigger the ghost house. You have like some people have these like giant like ghost houses outside their places, or I mean sometimes they call them spirit houses, but
But wouldn't that hold more ghosts?
Yeah, you think the
you
ghosts?
think so?
You think the ghosts fight over the rich people?
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm sitting here thinking,
that's a good question.
The evil ghost would be like, "Well, this is fucking luxury, dog. I'm fucking moving up in this bitch. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out."
Who's the dominant? Who's the more dominant ghost?
Yeah. Like,
well, it's funny because the whole idea for the movie is like my brother's wife is Thai, and they had they had a kid, and so they were taking the kid over to Thailand to meet the extended family over there. And I brought my girlfriend with me, and she had never really, gone that, far out of the country before, and she was suffering from some pretty severe jet lag. So I was like trying to get her up and get her like, on schedule. And so I took her for a walk out in the jungle near where we were staying, and like we came across this place where all the locals, I guess when they got better ghost houses or whatever, they'd thrown away all these ghost houses in one place. So that's where the idea of this like graveyard of ghost houses came from. And so, like here we are like dumb American tourists, like walking around, like taking pictures of these things. It's just out in the middle of nowhere, and like looking inside of them and taking little things out and stuff. And I was like, this is a terrible idea, but it's a good idea for a horror movie. So that's where the kernel of the story came from, was actually,
How long ago was that? Because I know
that's a freaky story to begin with, man.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
I know a lot of horror, or I guess any movie, indie wise, that they'll come up with an idea, film it, and it'll take 3-4 years before you even see it.
Well, yeah, that was probably about like 4 or 5 years ago when we were over there the first time, and it was like, we came back here. We worked on the script with a couple writers, took about a year, and then we shot it. It took about, from start to finish, it probably took 3 years to get the movie done,
I bet that's a nail biter right there. It's like tedious and nerve wracking.
Oh man. Yeah. It was, but and it's also kind of like, And you generally, like the conventional wisdom, like you got like a low budget for a horror film. Everybody's like, you go out in the woods, you find a cabin, you sort of shoot it all like right there, and you and so we, like the knuckleheads that me and my brother are, we decided we'd go to Thailand and, out in the middle of nowhere, and it's just like have all these different locations and stuff. I mean, it's a lot cheaper to shoot in Thailand, so that helped. But
yeah, that's what.
That's you bring up the shooting in Thailand. I was just curious, like the airport scene. When I seen it, I was like, "Damn, how hard was it to? Did you shoot in the airport? And how hard, if you did, how hard is it to be able to do that?"
Well, like the difference between shooting in Thailand and shooting in America is like you kind of get like one permit. You're just allowed. Once you're permitted to shoot in Thailand, you kind of shoot anywhere, but you have to get permission from whoever owns it.
Okay.
Like here in America, you got to get a permit pretty much everywhere you go, and then you got to get the permission and stuff too. So the airport, we managed to talk the guys into letting us shoot in the airport, but they only gave us like 3 hours or something, and we had to shoot like 3 or 4 scenes in the airport, like them arriving, them leaving, the fight, all of that stuff. And so, we actually, if you look, and when Jim is being chased out of the airport by the security, that's actually the guy that you have to deal with to get permission to shoot in the airport. So we put him in the movie, and he gave us an extra hour.
That's what I was about to say. Like, hey, dude, we'll put you in the movie. Hell yeah, that's cool though, because that's what I was wondering. I was like, how fucking difficult? Like,
he was wanting the IMDb credit.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, like he goes around town and says that he's an actor now.
Oh yeah, totally.
He's gonna be trying to get booked at conventions now.
But I mean, he's over there. He's up in the club. Like, look, I'm an actor. I got a security job on the side.
Yeah, for sure. But but that's kind of the beauty of shooting there, and it's just like everything's a negotiation and stuff. And like half our crew was Thai. And I had an AD that spoke that was in an English language. Like he was from Canada, but. He lives out that way, so we hired him to be our AD for our crew, and then we had a Thai AD that would talk to all the Thai guys on the crew, which was the bulk of our crew, and he was the best AD I ever had. But there was one night we wanted to shoot in like the red light district and all that, where you see where all the strip clubs are and stuff, and we needed to get a club, and he was getting all dressed up after we got done shooting one night, and I was like, "What are you doing, man?" His name was Boy, and I was like, "What are you doing, Boy?" And he's like, "I'm getting dressed up. I'm gonna go get your location." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, I got to go and negotiate with the mafia." So he's like, "I got to go drinking with the mafia all night."
Damn.
So it's like
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Definitely a good idea right there, ain't it?
Yeah, but he got us our location, so
Yeah, he's like, shit, I gotta go fucking dress nice, go drink with the mob, fucking get some bitches on me. I mean, this is rough. It's fucking rough.
Yeah,
I'm sure he had a good night.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just how it is over there, but it's a lot of fun, and it's like the Thai people are super cool, and the crews work real hard, and they're really good, and I mean, we were lucky, really. We worked with some great guys.
What about filming in the streets? Like, I was noticing some like night scenes, and I'm just sitting there thinking, are you able to like rope it off, or do you have to film around?
You have to kind of film around, and so it's like so a lot of you put up these notices, you let people know you're going to shoot there and stuff, but then you just kind of go and shoot, and it's like, so all of that stuff is like super authentic. I mean, it's not like all these actors and stuff that like you would in a studio film, like hire a bunch of people and dress a set and all that. It's like real like street life stuff,
So all the like people in the background are that's just legit people walking around.
Oh yeah.
Because I was thinking like if you do like a major scene in the street, I was just curious how that worked.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's just like all of those kind of crowd scenes and stuff. Those are like legit.
Do people flock to it though? Like you got like people just watching like what the fuck's going on over here?
Yeah, you get a lot of that shit, so you got to kind of cut around.
Yeah,
it
that's
too,
what I'm saying.
You got like guys like it's more the American and the European tourists. They're just kind of like,
Yeah, you get the bro in the back, like,
yeah, exactly.
drinking his Bud Light in Thailand.
Just staring at the camera.
What's
Yeah,
up,
man.
bro? He's shooting a movie.
Yeah, there's that scene where they're sitting outside the strip club and Russell's trying to convince Scout to go out, and there was like right next door was this bar where there was this like really kind of heavy set like drunk German guy with a ladyboy prostitute sitting on his lap.
Oh, God.
And he just he kept staring straight into the camera, and so we had to like always shoot around this guy. He was like such a creep, man. It's like,
well, obviously he's a creep. Man, look, he had a ladyboy.
Oh, what was one of the lines Reno said that when you come to Thailand, you got to have some extracurricular activities or whatever.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
He said he asked if Go-Go
is that your is that your
His Go-Go was his, what did he say was it?
I forget what he said, but
this is like boy toy.
Yeah, is that your boy toy? Like, and Go-Go's just like, what the fuck you talking
Hold
about?
up, man, hold up.
Yeah, but that's about right.
Is that how it
There's
really,
a lot of that.
Is that how it really is when you fly into Thailand? You have people
Approaching you wanting to be your driver?
be your driver? Or,
Oh yeah. I mean, a lot of them are more polite than sort of Go-Go. They're not as aggressive as that. But
Go-Go's like, here, I got your bag. You know, he claimed you. He's claiming.
A little over-exaggerated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah. But we had a driver that when I was in Thailand the first time where we kind of came up with the idea for the movie, and his name was Go-Go, and we hung out with him a lot while we were there, and so we came back and we're like, dude, we're making a movie and the character's going to be called Go-Go. And he thought that was pretty cool.
Well,
I imagine
how does that work? Like, how much them guys charge? Like, because you don't know. Like, they try to hook you in.
Yeah, I mean, it just sort of depends on, like where you are and what, like Bangkok's a little more expensive than the rest of, than other parts, like the more rural parts of Thailand, I mean, it's very inexpensive, you can get a guy to drive you around for, $20-$30 a day probably.
Damn, that'd be all right.
Yeah.
I'd be down $20-$30 and be like,
I'm in. You can eat some of the best Thai food you ever had on the street.
Some local person to drive me around.
Totally. Oh yeah, well you just get it on the street, and it's like you can get a meal for like $1 or $2 or something like that. It's really very inexpensive.
Yeah, that's what Russell was telling us. He said it's.
Yeah.
I mean, he kept on saying that because I guess he said he lives there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's why. Hell, you can live there cheap as hell. So
if you got a job and you can live there, it'd be worth it. Like,
sure,
making good
does
money.
the jobs pay good over there? I'm sure.
Well, yeah, for sure. And like Reno, like there's a lot of guys kind of like that over there. They're these guys. They're kind of like middle-aged dudes they're expats, and they come from like Germany or England or America, and they just kind of move over there. And they don't. It doesn't cost that much to live there, so they basically retire there and just live in brothels and stuff. Basically.
So does that mean the whores over there are very cheap too?
Yes.
Yeah, all of that stuff is. I mean, everything
alcohol
is.
And all that had to be cheap.
Wow.
Well, that's why I say.
I mean,
if
I wouldn't know from experience or anything, but I'm just telling you.
If everything's cheap though, like local jobs wouldn't be paying that well.
You think McDonald's in Thailand's going to pay you pretty good?
No.
No. But they have it. They have McDonald's over there.
They probably got like a shrimp burger, though.
Shrimp burger?
Yeah.
Well,
probably.
Let's talk about the animatronics.
Yeah, I saw a video clip of y'all doing, what is it called, a puppet thing?
Yeah, it's like a puppet. It's basically a puppet. Yeah, like they work it with rods and all this. I mean, there's really no actual mechanisms inside other than that.
Yeah, who made that? Because that damn thing was phenomenal looking.
So the guy that did all our makeup effects, designed all of them, is Vincent Van Dyke, who is this super talented, makeup effects guy here in Los Angeles. And I mean, he's rad. And if you watch that video.
The making?
The making of it, it's like this, we wanted to have like a bigger sort of ending, so we wanted to have this kind of like weird moment. and we asked him if we wanted to make the ghost's mouth open like wider than humanly possible. He suggested building a puppet. So that's the one thing we shot in the States, was that special effect with the puppet. We shot that after we got back.
Oh, it's done really well. I liked it.
Like I was saying, I swear, you would think this would have been a movie you could see like in a more of a theatrical release, like a huge release. I know, nowadays they get a theatrical release, but it's nowhere near like, what.
Well, you got to spend fucking.
Well, I know you got to spend a lot of money to
$100 million.
But I'm just saying, this movie looks like that.
Yeah,
it should have been like that. You should have had a fucking Sony or something, or whoever the big companies are pushing. Lionsgate's the big horror one, ain't it?
Yeah, we would have liked that. I mean, we tried to kind of convince some people to do it, but it was just you got to have a lot of money behind it.
Yeah, see, that's
I don't
what I'm
understand
thinking.
what they don't fucking see, because they be pushing. They're pushing the Leatherface movie and stuff.
Well, that's
like
already
that.
out on
Blu-ray. That wasn't that bad, I didn't think, but just some of the complete shit they
fucking made Krampus.
It's that's a franchise, I guess. It's like everybody knows who Leatherface is. We're just like a small
that's
movie.
running out.
But in Southeast Asia, they released our movie. It released theatrically in Asia and in Russia and some places. We did real well in Southeast Asia. I mean, I don't know if we'll see any of that money back, but it was awesome. Like we were number 2 in the box office in Thailand when we came out.
Yeah.
And number 1 in Vietnam, number 3 in we would have been number 1 in Thailand if it wasn't for Annabelle. It was hard to, that was like, they had all that promotion.
Well,
and
that
stuff.
right there, just being like
Number
two to Annabelle would be amazing, anyways, wouldn't it?
No, it was a great feeling, man. It was really, really cool. They had
get beat by anybody. I'd rather it be Annabelle than anything else or something.
Yeah, totally. So it was exciting, man, for us. We just kind of, in the States, we didn't make that big a splash yet, but hopefully now that it's on Netflix, everybody will watch it.
Well, we've been pushing the shit out of it. I've been telling everybody.
Oh, thanks, man.
But also, your brother was in the ending of it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the guy. He's in 2 scenes in the movie. He's like at the very end, and he's also in the scene where Jim is trying to convince him to go out to the ghost house graveyard.
Yeah, because I was like, when we watched that the making, I was like, dude, he's the guy.
That's my brother.
Yeah,
we're Tennessee boys like you guys too. By the way.
Hell yeah.
What part of Nashville, wasn't it?
Nashville. Yeah, we grew up in Nashville.
Yeah, we're an hour southeast of that.
What part of Nashville did you say?
Kind of like over, we moved around a bunch. Like when we first moved there, like when we were, basically toddlers and stuff. It was like we lived kind of out in the country part, and then we moved. Later on, we ended up closer to sort of. I don't know how you qualified, like Green Hills area or something.
Oh yeah, that's over by Bellevue and stuff.
Not far from there. Yeah, kind of not too far from Music Row and all of that.
Jim Jan's originally from Nashville.
Yeah, I lived in West Nashville, right off of Charlotte Pike.
Yeah,
no shit. Yeah.
Charlotte Pike's the main street going. It goes all the way down to downtown Nashville.
Yeah,
Yep. I lived there until I was 12 or 13, I think.
Yeah,
then,
I got a lot of family still out there still. So
man. Next time you come to Tennessee, we need to.
I was in Chattanooga like last year. Actually, I went through there with my girl. Yeah,
I'm
on
gonna be
vacation.
in Chattanooga the end of next month for Conooga for a
multi-fandom
we're doing
convention.
A horror short film festival. It's going to be our first annual.
Awesome. Right on, bro.
I'm trying to help get Johnny to help me do. I'm wanting to do a feature.
Oh, dude, that's the way
feature festival.
That's gonna have to wait.
It'll happen.
It'll happen eventually, but come on.
Sure, well.
I guess I need to
awesome.
I need to calm down and see how.
We haven't even done the short film festival at Conooga, and he's like, "We need to do a full length feature film festival."
Goals, man, goals.
Well, let me ask you. At the end of the movie, that one, the building. I don't know if you call it a building, the concrete looking building that they go into.
Where the woman's at?
Yeah, where the witch doctors are.
Yeah, the temple at the end.
The temple. I was trying to think of the word. Was that real?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Because can anybody go to it?
Yes, you can go to it. Although it's in a pretty remote part of Thailand. That was our biggest move for the whole production. Because it's up. Oh man, it was awesome. It was up near the Burmese border, and I had seen it, in pictures on the internet, and was like, when we were location scouting with our Thai crew, I was like, I want something like this, and we looked all around, not near Bangkok and stuff, and they were just like, we just got to use this place. It's way up north. But you can't fake it, and that whole the big wooden bridge they go under in the boat and all, that's all up there. It's like in the morning you show up and it's just all the mist is coming in off the lake, and it's just spooky and beautiful. And I was like, fuck it, man, we gotta go up there and do.
Was the temple empty?
Yes, it's basically empty. I mean, it's a ruins. At different times of the at different times of the year, actually, it'll flood and kind of cover up part of it.
Oh, okay. Because I was just like, man, that place right there, it's cool, and you can see that it was out in the middle of nowhere, but I was like, is that shit real? You know what I mean? Is it really out in the middle of nowhere? Because it's because how movie magic works, and you can take it and make it look like it is, but it isn't.
So if it was empty, then you had to bring everything that was inside there in there, right?
Yes. Yeah. So
was that a challenge?
But who owns it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a temple. I mean, it belongs to the people.
Okay.
It's a ruins. And the funny thing is, people still go there to they make pilgrimages there for certain religious festivals. And this is how cool the Thai people are. We show up the day we're going to shoot that. Again, it's like low budget movie. It's when we show up to a place, we have to get everything we're going to shoot, or else we're screwed, because there's no going back and doing reshoots or anything. So we show up there to shoot that, and we get there. We get there. There's no power out there, so we had to get out there by boat, and we get there right as the sun is coming up to shoot it. And all of these people had shown up. It was a religious holiday. We didn't know about it, and there were 100 people there, and we were like, no, this has to be remote, nobody's here. So we talked to them, and we were like, hey, we're going to shoot this stuff. It's going to take a couple hours, and we're like, can you hide behind the temple? And they all did.
Oh wow, that is cool.
They were so nice, and they were just like, oh yeah, sure,
Wow.
Just
if you'd have done that shit in America, they'd be like, man, go screw yourself. You got 100 spot on it.
How much you gonna pay us?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they would say.
Well, no, they're religious people, so they might do it.
But everybody in Thailand is very nice. I mean, it's just the nicest country you could go to, So we love it over there. They're so cool.
That bridge, though, that don't hold cars. That wood bridge.
No, I don't. You can walk across it, but it's not.
Man, I was like, gosh, damn, that fucking bridge is. It's way up there. And it's just with the wood or bamboo or whatever. I was like, man, that's just crazy.
When they y'all show the shot of, I guess they're reconstructing the statue where it had all the bamboo stuff where they were. One people, they brave, ain't they?
They've been doing it forever, though.
It's they don't. Yeah, it's kind of there's not safety is a different concept there. It's just they're you're like, we want to hang a light in the temple. Let's put a light up here, and then some guy just run up there. He's barefoot, just kind of, you're just like, Jesus, I can't look, man.
Yeah, so they don't have OSHA.
Exactly.
There's not an OSHA in Asia.
It'd be OSHA,
totally. But and then you say something to them, they look at you funny. You're like, be careful, man. They're like, well, yeah,
What's that?
It's dude, man, I'll be doing this forever.
Let's be careful.
Be careful.
Be careful. It's my middle.
So they probably take it as an insult, like, what? What? Do you know who I am? Fucking man hanging lights.
It's like they've been raised by the baboon or the monkeys out there. And that's a thing too. I saw them, and they just run wild in the streets, don't they?
Monkeys, yeah. I mean, last time we were there, we went back for the premiere of the movie, and my nephew, who was the reason we'd gone over the first time. We were up there. We went out. We were kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and pulled over the side of the road, and these people were selling bananas so you could feed these monkeys. And this monkey attacked my nephew. It was like, we had to like chase a monkey off, man. You know, it's like they're aggressive. But yeah, there's a lot of monkeys in Thailand, man.
I seen that one video where that baboon got into. It was over in Africa. Got into like a hut of somebody's.
Oh yeah,
was he raising hell?
Oh man, raising hell, raising it. And, you know, the dude's like, getting the guide. The guide's over there like, it's shut the door and walk the fuck out.
Yeah.
You know, like, nope. You leave whenever you want to, sir.
I guess they can get pretty mean, can't they?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they get aggressive, man. But you know, it's cool.
So, did Scout? Did she audition for this, or did you get her, or did you want her to play this role?
We you know, when we first started trying to put this thing together, a friend of ours is a casting person here in town and a casting agent. We called her and we had lunch with her, and she's like, "Well, who do you want?" We had a list of like 3 or 4 women we thought would be good for Scout's part, you know. But Scout was, I think, pretty much number 1 on the list, man. And she's like, oh, she was good friends with Scout, so she just called her right there. And I think we might have talked to a couple of other women, but actresses, but we just like, you know, we like Scout. We wanted Scout, and we got lucky, and she agreed to do the movie. So,
yeah, I didn't get to talk to her, but this last October, she was at the festival we was at. I got to see her in person, but
I didn't even see her. Did I see her?
I think so, but
wow,
know. She is a very small woman.
Yeah, she's small, but you know, she's got so much talent, man. I mean,
I'm just saying though, you know, because you see them on TV and they just, I guess it projects them to be bigger or whatever, or whatever. But then you get them like Danielle Harris. My Lord, my son's taller than her, and he's 10.
Yeah, I mean, Scout, and you know, we got lucky though with Scout, man. I mean,
she's a good actress.
She's really great, yeah,
she definitely.
And, I mean, all our actors were good.
That's what I'm saying. That's why this made this movie a lot better. Like you wouldn't think it as an independent horror movie or an independent movie in general. When you have good actors, it just makes a difference. Like, people need to learn this.
And Russell said, when we talked to Russell, he was beating himself up about it, saying that he went and did 6 months of school.
Yeah, that's the first question I asked him. I was like,
he's 6 months of school after shooting your movie for that Oliver movie, because he said that Scout and
James,
yeah,
they made what he said when it was they pretty much made him look bad, I guess.
It made him feel like he wasn't living up to his potential or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that Russell, you know, I mean, I feel like he did a great job, you know, but he's very critical of his performance, and you know, I mean, James and Scout take it very seriously, and I think that it was probably just inspired him. You know,
that's how I see it. He's like, oh man, I can do better.
Because I mean, and James and Scout both have very different like acting approaches. You know, so it's pretty interesting to watch. But you know, it was kind of a master class, I think, for Russell. So,
oh man, I want to say the one scene that got me really good was when they're at the hotel and afterwards, you know, like she gets out of the hospital or whatever, and they're having sex. And then
the one pops up behind.
Yeah, dude, I was like, oh my god, that is so fucked up.
That would definitely. I'm like,
but how fucked up was it? Like, for the actress, like, has to crawl over his back, you know, like, and do the pose. Like, I'm like, dude, that'd be a pretty weird scene to do.
Someone walk by the room or something if the door's open. Like, what the fuck kind of fucking movie is this?
What kind of porn parody?
Those things always look funnier when you're shooting them, you know, because the guy, you know, our DP is like laying on the bed with the camera looking up at James, and he put the ghost on his back, you know, so it looks really funny from the outside, and then you're like, God, I hope this is scary.
So the DP is getting straddled by James.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Come on, act like you're boning me so I can get this shot.
Yeah. Oh, man, that would be so awkward, like, okay, dude, like, I'm going to hump you, but it's not nothing personal.
That's right.
I gotta
We're all
give you,
pros.
Yeah.
I gotta give you props though. You delivered the boobies.
Oh yeah.
Man, cool.
All horror movies. Well, not all, but it's always a plus to have boobies in a horror movie.
Well, it's kind of funny, me and my brother, we grew up watching horror films, and then like all the classic 80s movies were always rated R because they had, like tits and blood and all that. And so we were like, we just kind of wanted to make like a horror movie that felt kind of like more like it was made for grown-ups than like the PG-13.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going
to not to be gratuitous with it or anything, but just to make it like real and, kind of grown up.
Yeah, because like if you got a PG-13 and they're having sex and you see the girl with like all her clothes on, like, man, that don't happen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's always wearing the bra. Always.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, totally.
And he's never touching the boobs. Like never.
Yeah.
Like guys don't do that. No.
Did you guys see the Carrie remake?
What? No. With what's her name in it?
Chloe Grace Moretz, I think, was the Carrie.
Yeah.
I remember there was a shot in that movie where, like, the guy who was playing the John Travolta character from the original, like he's having sex with this girl in an SUV, and the camera like booms up over the SUV and like looks down at them inside the, through the skylight or the sky roof, the roof or whatever, and it's and so he's like having sex with her and like, she's got her bra on and he's got his jacket laying across his ass. And I was just like, no one in the history of sex has ever.
I gotta keep my ass warm.
Humanity. It was just. I was just like,
can't have that breeze blowing up my butthole.
Totally, exactly. I was just like, why would you? I mean, to me, it's just like shoot it differently so you don't have to like cover the guy's ass up with a jacket. I mean, it was so.
Or make
annoying.
it dark enough to where.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like make it dark
exactly.
to where you don't see his ass. Like just come on.
Just frame it out,
exactly.
I don't know. It's just like, it just was, I was like, this is really, it was just, they wanted to have this fancy camera move, but it just like took me right out of the movie.
Well, I'll tell you what was crazy, when, in the ghost house, when they go to meet Reno, and dude's just getting fucking punched in the head.
What's up with that?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Who thought of this idea? This dude wants to get his face punched.
Like,
that was my idea.
I was like, what the fuck is going? Like, how fucked up are these people?
Does this guy just get off on some random dude punching him in the face?
He's got his lady boy next to him, and he's just getting smashed in the face.
Totally, that's exactly right. I mean, it's like we just wanted to make it so it's like the first time you go to the one red light district, it's kind of almost more like that. It's this place called Patio, it's like this kind of like Thai Vegas. I mean, there's strip clubs and hookers and stuff all around, but it's very like commercial and bright and clean. And then this is the like sort of like, the really dark side of Thailand. We wanted to have this like, it's like people think that that's the dirty part of Thailand, but no, it's like this is really, where the sleazy guys go, and so we wanted to make it like there's a lady boy singing this song, you guys are crying, and a guy's getting punched. He's paid some dude to punch him in the face, and about half of the girls sitting around Reno are lady boys, so. And we shot in a real brothel, just like a really gross place, and like the couple of the girls were like they worked there, so it was like. We just hired him, But like that. Actually, the dude getting punched was the guy that the guy that applied all the special effects makeup.
Oh,
and I was like, strip down to your drawers, boy. You're gonna get punched in the face.
When he got about 2 or 3 hits.
Wow.
Yeah, totally.
The dude turns around and looks at him, and they're like, just moving on by. Wham!
Yeah, totally.
Wham! Damn!
I just, and then we had like a friend of ours wrote the song for the scene and stuff. We just wanted to have it be really.
That was a good song. I mean, it was. It fit good. I was just sitting there thinking, man, what?
I was
and then you see
how
Reno.
Dirty it was. I wouldn't want to be sitting on that couch.
And, you see Mark Reno, and I was like, once I seen him, I was like, dude, I know who that guy is. Like, and then I looked up his IMDb, and I was like, Batman. Yeah. Batman. I was like, that's it. Like.
Then he was also in Too Fast, Too Furious as a cop, I think.
He's in everything, man.
Yeah, that's what I was like. That dude has played in so much stuff. But I was just like, how fucked up is he to be in that motherfucker in the VIP section?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck does he do?
He sort of figured it was his place, like he probably owns the place, or at least just sort of lives there,
Did it smell in there?
Oh God, it was terrible, man. It was really
body fluids everywhere, like.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it was not a. It was a very it was a really. I mean, we tried to find kind of the most authentic, gross sort of place we could find.
Was it? But did you wear gloves?
No.
Oh man,
I didn't. Although, I had a script supervisor with me who came with us from the States, and she refused to sit on anything, so she had all these paper towels laid out, and there were bugs on the walls. It was pretty gnarly,
So you make sure before you left your room or whatever to do whatever business you had to do.
I brought some fucking Purell and fucking rubbed on the bottom of my shoes.
I wouldn't even piss in that place. I'd went outside and pissed on the wall.
Yeah,
or something.
that fucking shit would jump on top of you. Like, you piss it and it just travels upstream and gets you.
Yeah. And I don't want people to get the idea that most of Thailand is like that. I mean, it's just like anywhere else. It's just like they're these kind of really grungy, dirty, dark. We wanted to be dangerous places, so.
I mean, look at what you were getting Reno from. Like, he's a shady dude. You got to go to a shady area. Like, totally. It makes sense. Yeah, that's what Russell was saying. Like, Thailand can be, or Bangkok can be, as bad as you want it to be.
Yes,
just like New York City, I imagine, and L.A., and it can be as dark as you want it.
Yes, I mean, I think that's definitely true. Although, yeah. So, although the people are nicer in Bangkok in general than they are in New York or LA. So
that's always good.
I've never been to New York, but I heard there were just a lot of straight assholes.
Well, they said New York City is one of the friendlier big cities in the world.
Is it? Oh.
I mean, I love New York. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say anything bad about New York, but
I think a big city gets a bad rap for the majority.
Yeah. How about is there ass? I guess there's assholes anywhere though.
Yeah, there's a lot of them here in Tennessee.
Yes, there is. And you're one of them. Though.
Yeah, and you're sitting next to one. You're sitting next to one, Jim Jam.
I work with, me and Johnny used to work together, and you ought to see, but when I first started working with him, I'm thinking the same thing, man, this is a fucking dick. And I got to know him more and more, and then he would he would say stuff, and he would wink at me as he was, and I'm just like, oh, he's just fucking with people now.
Yeah, that's all I do. That's all I do. People take me serious, though. I'll say a comment, and I'm like, damn, they probably took that serious.
Like, there's one woman, we come into work. We got to go in early too.
Oh no, I was fucking pissed that day.
Oh, she said something to him, trying to hug him or
no, she's fucking hit me.
Oh, she was. He got mad and said, "I'm not your friend."
No, what I told her is, I said, "Don't fucking touch me. I'm not your fucking friend. I'm not your buddy. Leave me the fuck alone."
Oh man, I miss Tennessee.
Yeah.
You can meet people like Johnny.
Yeah. Hey. Well, I just, hey, leave me the fuck alone. When I tell you that fucking 10 times, it's probably good to leave me the fuck alone.
I will fuck with Johnny even more when I see he's mad or irritated.
Yeah.
I guess pushing buttons. But anyways, so are you working on anything right now?
Yeah, we're developing a couple of things. I mean, they're sort of very early on in the development stage, but we're trying to come up with some. We got some cool ideas, I think. So we'll see what happens, And we do a lot of music videos and that kind of stuff too.
What kind of music videos?
Is it metal?
I mean, so I've definitely done some metal music videos.
Is there metal in Thailand?
Oh yeah.
There is metal in Thailand, and
baby metal. Are they Thailand?
No, they're Japanese.
No, they're Japanese. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, dude.
No,
your shit.
Fuck you.
But there's some death metal and stuff in Thailand.
I want to hear that.
It's some heavy.
You have to look that up.
But does it have Thailand roots, like the bing bing?
Bing bing.
Like I don't know how the the little.
Well, like, look, I mean, in Asian countries, there's definitely a different,
That's what
sort of sensibility when it comes to like traditional tuning and stuff.
Yeah.
So things can sometimes sound a little off to Americans, but I mean, it's just how it's, the temperament that they use to tune to. So, but there's like really good bands. Actually, I met a bunch of bands in Thailand, because I tried to kind of meet up with some guys that, and we licensed some Thai music for the film, like there's some.
Are you going to go back and shoot in Thailand, or is that like in the future? Is that any plans?
You'd be down, I mean, if Ghost House does well, who knows? Maybe we'll make a sequel or something else.
You can make a sequel with your brother, because that's kind of
Totally,
how I take a feel of it. It's like
you
were setting up in case that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what though? Now, I'm not trying to be mean, but you could have your brother be killed in the movie.
Oh yeah, come on.
For all those times,
like a horrible death though, like just horrible.
Yeah, dream big, man.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you remember those times you picked on me as a kid? I'm gonna pay you back.
There you go.
lady boys dancing all over him.
Yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
He'd probably like that part.
Oh damn! Giving shots out to him. He probably like that.
As long as you don't have a Hangover 2 ending night.
Yeah. Well, that was actually a problem we had in Thailand, was that, like, there had just been 2 or 3, like, big Hollywood movies that came through and shot in Thailand, like Hangover 2, and there was another one. I think when it finally came out, it was called No Escape. It was called something else when they shot it, but it had, like, Owen Wilson, Pierce Brosnan and stuff, and, just these, like, big production. So they roll into town, they're spending all this money, and so then, like, here we come, like, this little low budget movie. We had to convince people that, it's like, no, we're not like that. We don't have that kind of money. So,
they're like, but this movie, they pay me big.
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, no.
Well, we not that big.
So they just, they hear American production.
Though.
Yeah, that was a problem.
Because if too many big companies go there to shoot, figure out, we can make it cheaper, but they still spend too much freaking money.
Yeah.
Put out the small independent movies.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a huge issue. I mean, people understood pretty quick that, like, it's like, well, we don't have,
Be like
Owen Wilson in our movie, so it's,
yeah,
we're not like that,
You don't see Bradley Cooper running through.
Exactly. But, I mean, actually, the funny thing is, I mean, I think that, Scout's obviously and Boone are both really well-known actors, and James is really on the way up. I think he's going to be real successful. He was just on the new Stranger Things, and he's in Westworld, and he's on that TV.
Yeah, he's moving on up. Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's in the TV show Taken and all that, so he's doing great.
Hell yeah.
Scout's always working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, this was something I thought that would, you would go see in the theaters, like mainstream, whatever. But
yeah. Well, I mean, that was our goal too, is to make a movie. I mean, to show people that we could make a movie that, even without a lot of resources, that would, seem like a legit movie, so that people would want to continue working with us and give us money and stuff to make more films.
One thing, if you made a movie like this one on your budget, would I'm sure it wouldn't cripple nothing, but you think that they would waste money? Like, big productions probably waste money.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ways. Well, I mean, it's like anything. It's like there's so many people and so many moving parts. The bigger production gets, the easier it is to waste money.
Yeah.
That's what amazes me about some movies, though. You watch the credits, and it seems like there's over 1,000 people in that took part of that movie, and I'm just like,
hey,
how?
Can I have? I never found out, what is a key grip or a best boy?
Well, a key grip is you have like your electrical, your gaffer, who's the guy that deals with anything that relates to electricity, and your key grip is anybody. They handle the grips handle everything outside of the electrical stuff when it comes to equipment and things like that, rigging things and all that. So,
could I be watching through the credits and what the hell is that?
But do you go around and say, "Yeah, I'm a best boy"?
Yeah,
I was a
I mean,
best
I
boy
don't
in
say it,
that
but
movie.
if you're a best boy, then you do. Yeah,
Yeah,
You know.
I was a best boy in
Is
Die
there a
Hard.
school?
Like what?
Is there
A
a
fucking
school?
best boy? What kind of character is that?
It's an old school like
You know what I
phrase
mean,
that
though?
just never went away.
Yeah,
Is
It's
there,
not like gopher or something.
yeah.
is there a school you go to be a best boy?
That's what
No.
I'm saying.
You go, you just it's like
You just show up on
it's
set and be
any
like, I
job.
want to be a fucking best boy.
Well, you usually start off at the bottom.
Sweeping
You work your
and-
way up to best boy you hook up with a gaffer or like a key grip or something.
You go up to him and be like,
And then there's like a
Hey,
swinger
gaffer, let me
who
be
can
your
do
best
either
boy.
one. That's
Did you hear Johnny? He said, "Hey Gaffer, can I be your best boy?"
there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's
I'd be running jokes like that all the time if I was
Oh man, totally.
behind stage.
And like our grips and our gaffer and everybody in Thailand. I mean, they worked in our camera department and stuff. All the Thai, they were all Thai, and they worked, really hard. And but they're very funny. They're always playing jokes on each other and stuff. And it's like,
Got to make the atmosphere better.
oh, totally.
You get along, you're playing jokes.
I want to go back to the sex scene, of course, because me and my wife were watching it again today, so I can make sure I was fresh.
So that he
on
could
it.
see the sex scene twice?
Yeah.
That's always good too. Anyways, the scene where I guess your DP or whatever was shooting up, the face that was he not looking down because he didn't want to laugh, or was that?
Oh, James?
Yeah.
No, I think he's just feeling it, man. That was just like.
Oh, he's feeling
I mean, we shot the thing is you shoot lots of pieces, so
Yeah.
and then when we're editing, we just kind of pick the stuff we thought looked best, or made the most sense, or matched or whatever, So it's like
Because
that's his O face, I guess,
That's his old face. Damn.
I might get in trouble for saying this, but if you got Scout underneath you, I know that wasn't the case at that point. You would
You
you'd
definitely
want to be
looking down.
looking down.
Yeah. Well,
I know.
No, man.
I'm
He was
just-
in it. He was like you said. He was trying to focus not on her, just trying to focus. Like,
Oh yeah,
he's trying to make it.
yeah. He's trying to make it through.
Yeah.
yeah.
He wanted to impress. I'm sorry. I'll shut up about that.
Don't make this awkward at all.
Well, it's weird to shoot that kind of stuff because it's kind of you want to make it look as like sort of sexy,
Yeah, realistic. Yeah, like,
erotic, and or whatever is possible. But when you're shooting it, it's such a there's all these guys. Or I mean, you try to limit the number of people because people are naked and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like it's all mechanical. So it's like,
all got to be even weirder when you got the person standing off screen that's full makeup as the ghost.
oh yeah,
Like standing
totally.
over there watching, how could she not walk over and be like kind of in their point of view and just be like dancing a little bit, shaking back and forth, just trying to fuck with them, how could you?
That's one thing too that I thought that Scout did amazing at is like her reaction to seeing that.
Oh yeah,
Ghost
dude.
was gone.
Oh,
That
yeah.
looked like y'all didn't show her beforehand what this person looked like. She just boom.
Yeah,
Well,
totally.
that shit got me. There was
Yeah.
quite a few jump scares that got me. I was like, oh motherfucker. Like walking through a haunted house, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
when they
we'd like to
sneak
hear
up on
that.
you and you cuss, you like sons of bitches, fuck you. Fucking
So
asshole.
my favorite thing, if you watch that shot real close, where the ghost is on James's back,
Yeah.
is like we would put this like black kind of like
Yeah.
fluid in her mouth, and if you look, she's actually like drooling all over his shoulder. It's really gross.
That's one thing I was expecting to happen. To
Oh, yeah, you
Scout
said-
to get drooled in her mouth, and it never happened. I was like,
Especially at the
I'm
end
sure
of it.
it's
I thought
actually-
that was going to happen.
Actually, if you watch at the very end during the kind of exorcism scene, when the ghost goes over to Scout and puts her fingers in her mouth,
Oh, yeah, that was so
like
gross.
she definitely drool fell into Scout's mouth at that point. It wasn't intentional, but
But I was just sitting there thinking, she's putting her fingers in her. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
so, ugh.
and them was them prosthetic
They're
fingers?
so long. That's what I was thinking.
Well, actually, there's an interesting story about that. Is like when we were designing the ghost. I was already in Thailand while Vincent was kind of finishing up the makeup designs, and he would send me pictures, and then I would show it to like my AD and stuff. And he was like, "Oh, you should give your ghost long fingernails."
Yeah.
And he was telling me that, like, in the olden days in Thailand, when people died, they would keep the body, above ground for a long time so that people could come from far away to see their relatives or whatever. It took a long time. And so, the fingernails and the hair continue to grow, after you're dead. And so he's like, as a result, all Thai ghosts have long fingernails, so that's like a signifier for a lot of Thai ghosts of having long fingernails.
So that
I was like,
that
we're going to put that in our movie. Yeah, so that's what
happened on the window and her long ass fingernails. I was like, damn, she got long nails.
Totally. So that's where that idea came from, was actually from the Thai guys. And so we were I called Vincent and was like, "Can we do that?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, man." So
I told my wife when the hair was coming out of the door, I was like, she was tied down, but if she wasn't tied down, come over and chop the hair. No, you ain't getting in here, bitch.
Start stomping on it. Get the fuck out.
That's one of the reasons why our movie, we managed to make what I consider to be a lot of movie for not much money, is like all those tricks are like, there's almost like go back to the silent era of like running things backwards and doing all that kind of stuff.
That's what I was about to say, because when the girl was coming in the boat, I was like, that must have been shot.
I was like, how much did you do the hair? Yeah.
What's that?
The hair part of it. Like, I was sitting there thinking, was it shot backwards? That's what I thought, the same thing.
Totally. We shot, and the thing is to do, even sometimes when the ghost is walking, we shot it back. But we never did it all one way, so it never feels just like, it's kind of like, the hope is that people are watching it going, like, ooh, that looks creepy. But you don't do it the whole time so that people kind of start thinking about the trick, because you want to creep people out and just have it be scary and not have people, I also like the kind of, the problem for me with a lot of CG in movies is that there's no like guessing how they did it, or anything, or kind of the gee whiz thing that like you watch like whatever, like the old Star Wars or something, and it's like, they had to build all that stuff and figure out ways to make all these things happen. Whereas now they just do most of it in a computer. It's just
practical effects are way better.
Yeah,
I agree.
I love practical
effects. When I saw that scene, I was like, man, how in the hell did he get the hair to come up like that? And then I was thinking,
I did the same thing. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, how the fuck do they get the hair? I was like, they had to do it in reverse. I was like, because that is weird.
Yeah, but it looks super cool, right? But the other thing is like you show up, you assume it's going to work, but you don't know 100%. So it's like,
did y'all get that woman to be in the lake or the river?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that
Hell
shit.
no.
Hell no. Fuck that river.
Oh, yeah.
There's ghosts in that river.
Yeah, fuck that.
Totally. Oh,
fuck
yeah,
that shit.
If you notice,
ghosts, man, you watch fucking River Monsters?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I ain't going to Thailand River. I got some fucking
Thailand
big ass
got
fish.
big catfish with teeth.
They got big ass fish with all kinds of teeth.
Oh, man.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, if you notice in the background, too, there's all this, like, bamboo kind of sticking up out of the water, and that's because, like, in Thailand, my AD told me that that's what happens when there's a ghost in a place. If you see a lot of bamboo sticking out of a spot, it means there's probably a ghost there.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Hey, warning, don't get in the fucking water here.
Yeah. And that's like a traditional Thai ghost called a pre-priya, which means like a river ghost. So it's like, we wanted to incorporate some of that stuff, some of the sort of like traditional famous ghosts in Thailand,
I'd have been a bitch about it if you were trying to get me in that water. I'm like, hell no, I'm not doing it.
I'd have flipped the boat over anyways, trying to climb up in the boat. I've been like,
if the boat would have flipped over, you'd see me down swimming like a crazy person to land.
Yeah, and it was deep there, like we had to put they put a kind of like a platform under the water because it was way too deep for her. She couldn't stand or anything, so it's like, it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun to shoot, man. It was really hard, but it was really cool.
Yeah, because
really
how many
fun.
people you fit on that boat?
Well, on the boat, we had like 3 boats that day, so there was the boat that they're in. Then we had a boat for camera people and all that. And we had another boat that would kind of go back and forth between our base camp and, where we were shooting. But in the boat where we were shooting, the boat with the camera and stuff, it was like me and my DP and our first AC and, just my AD, I think. It was just like 4 people in one boat, and the 4 people in the boat with the ghost, or 5, I guess, with Go-Go. Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. I'm not getting in that river. I'm not.
Yeah.
A river monster.
Well, it's funny because everybody went swimming after, so.
I don't know. I'd have to be.
I'd be the one pussy on the damn boat. Say, have fun.
I mean,
watch y'all get
if it was at a waterfall and the water looked real nice and clear,
Yeah.
I don't know about the fucking dirty ass river water.
I wouldn't do it there because I'd still sit on the boat and then I could watch them get ate.
No, you'd have to walk out to the waterfall though. You'd have to walk to that shit. But.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what
I might have went swimming.
When I was younger, I didn't have no problem doing that, but now, shit, river monsters come out? Nope. Not no
See,
more.
that's what I'm saying. A river, like if it was a lake, it'd be different. Like a river,
I
damn,
ain't doing lake
dude.
either. I don't see how people go.
They got piranhas in Thailand.
Yeah, they do.
No,
they don't.
I'm saying
I don't think so.
That's in
I don't
South
think
America.
they do.
Right?
See, sorry, we're getting off subject. We do that a lot.
Hey,
it's all good, man.
Well, yeah, we're about to. Yeah, we hit the hour mark, so I think we should probably go ahead and let you get off here. But
Right on.
it's easier for me to edit when it's not more than an hour and 40 minutes.
that's it.
But
Well, it's been a lot of fun, guys.
Oh yeah,
well,
man. We've had
that's
a great
what we
time.
always hoped, and everybody have fun with it. And
Oh yeah, no.
but I appreciate it, and I really appreciate you making a great independent film, and not like some people and like
Not like some people.
Day of the Dead.
Thanks for not making a shitty movie, Rich.
Yes.
We
Okay.
appreciate it.
I aim to please, guys.
Yeah.
Well, you did it very well. Hey, by the way, someone put your movie on Facebook.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, look. This is the problem with being like a small movie is that the pirates just run rampant with your shit. So
Yeah,
it's
because we was looking through something. I typed in and
oh man.
and that said I saw the whole movie. I was like, well, damn, you ain't even got to have Netflix. You just got to have a Facebook account.
Oh man, totally. Look. The first time that it happened was in right after it had come out on iTunes in America, and somebody downloaded it and they put it on the internet, on YouTube of all places. And,
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm
You
sure
might
it didn't
not
take
count-
long.
in 2 days, the movie got 6 million views.
Damn.
Man,
Yeah.
that's
And we were trying to get it taken down the whole time. Or maybe it was like 5 million views. It was a lot. It was just like
Yeah, that's
ridiculously.
that's
surely
money.
them people don't get a monetization off of that, right?
Well, that's the thing is they had all these those little ads and stuff.
Oh
on it.
man.
So we were trying to figure out if we could get that money, but they were like, no.
That's
some
fucking
bullshit.
bullshit.
If
Yeah, it took 2 days to get it pulled down too. So it was just like people watching it.
but hey,
It had Thai
least I got-
subtitles, so it was mostly in Thailand. But
well, I'm about to say, it sucks that that happened, but that means 6
Yeah.
million people possibly
That's true.
saw your movie.
yeah,
They
or
didn't know
one
who
person
fucking
watched
made
it
it.
6 million times.
I want people to bootleg our shit, but we got it, we got it for free anyway, so it don't matter. But just so it can get heard. But I understand with yours, you want money back from it. That
Sure.
they shouldn't do that. But then you said 6 million. I was like, good lord, that means 6 million people saw that movie.
Yeah, it's true. It's a double-edged sword in that regard, in that it's like it's cool that that many people have watched your stuff, and
Do you think
but at
they
the same
watched it to
time-
see if they knew
Like,
people in
fuck,
it?
man, that's potential $5. Well, I don't know about how much you get off each rental or whatever, but
Probably not much.
yeah, it's tough, man. But it's just the reality. It's the world we live in, and if
Yep.
we were like a studio film, we would have, they have people that's their whole job is to sit on the internet and look for the pirated films and stuff, and
I hate because
We don't-
I'll
yeah,
put
that-
I'll put a song like when we get new people in our old crew or whatever I call it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use Avenged Sevenfold, Welcome to the Family, and I'm not intending trying to get anything off
Yeah.
of it because I won't even turn on monetizations and they'll still flag it, of course. But
yeah.
I just like it because it's a perfect song for what I'm wanting, like Welcome to the Family, and then
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Do a
it's
cover of
like,
that song.
yeah,
Do a cover of that song.
I'm not going to do a cover of that
No, I'm
song.
saying, but if somebody did,
terrible.
if you if you pulled it off of a cover of that song, maybe it
People
wouldn't
be
matter.
like, damn, you need to take this shit down. This is horrible.
There's some good covers of stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe I should do that. Just find a cover.
Anyways, okay, Rich.
I'll let you go. Sorry.
Do you want to hear us argue about this? No.
Oh.
Thanks for listening to our argument, Rich.
Hey, man, it's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Hey, we appreciate you coming on, and
I appreciate you having me.
just holler at us when you got something coming out, and that's what we do. We promote. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, look, we appreciate the love. I mean, like I said, we're a small movie, but we're trying to get it out there to as many people as possible. So.
Well, getting picked
hopefully
up on
Netflix is the way. Yeah.
Getting picked up on Netflix is got to be tons of views on that now.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
We're excited.
I enjoyed it.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Yep, part 2 coming, right?
Right on.
Nah.
Working on it.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it, man. You have a good one, and
Happy New Year.
yeah.
Happy New Year, guys. Yeah,
Thank you.
on.
All right, well, we'll see you later. Appreciate you coming
All right. No worries.
on. All right,
Bye-bye.
See you, Rich. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, guys. So that was Rich Ragsdale, director of Ghost House,
Yep.
with Scout Taylor Thompson and James Landry Herbert and Mark Boone Jr. and Russell Jeffrey Banks, just to name a few people that were in that movie. And it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. It don't have a good rating on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes, but from what I've learned about that shit is you need to go watch it for yourself to create your own opinion, because sometimes you just can't believe that shit, because it was a good movie. And a lot of times independent horror movies get a really bad rap, which some of them should, and a lot of times they do because they suck. I mean, there's a lot of them that do. There's a lot of them that are good. I think that's with anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch a lot of shitty fucking action movies. I'll tell you that. But I still like them. No, that ain't a good fuck. No, it's a good movie. So don't forget, check us out on all of our social media. Hit us up. Comment if you watch this movie. Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up in the comments, whatever. But yeah, Twitter's probably the best way to go, right? Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
I would think Twitter. That's what I would be more likely to respond to myself.
Well, Johnny, yeah.
At Johnny Leroy, Leroy.
I respond to pretty much the stuff on Instagram.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't
even when so it might take a little longer because damn Instagram don't like to give notifications.
Well, that's why I say Twitter would be the easiest way to like, hey, yeah, I watched that movie. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I wanted to start doing more of that, talking more.
But yeah, at TN Horror News on Twitter.
Maybe one night, man, you sit at home.
Johnny Leroy, JONNYLEROY on Twitter. You know, that's how you can get a hold of us. Just comment, whatever.
Maybe we can do live tweeting as we watch a movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that'd ruin the movie. See, that's what I don't like. Because you're trying to tweet out, and then you're watching the movie, and then you're taking away from the movie. Like, if you really wanted to watch it now, if it's like a second time you watch it, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
But then I don't watch movies usually more than once. Like, I only watch dumb movies more than once. You know what I'm saying? Like
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Well, that wasn't a dumb movie. That's a really good movie. I can watch that more than one time.
Yep.
I enjoyed that movie. Well, I mean,
that's why it's on the shelf over there.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I just don't watch movies over and over. I watch it one time, and then I know what the movie is.
Yeah.
Like, I remember it. And then I will watch it again. I can't watch it right away. There's only a few movies, very few, that I could watch right away. Even Tucker and Dale. Like, after I watch it, I don't want to go watch it the next day.
No, a couple
or any
weeks
movie.
or a month or so. But
yeah, like, I don't know. I know some people that can watch a movie every day.
No.
Once a week. Like, I can't do it. And I love The Predator.
How do you just go into that?
I don't know how I segued to that, but I love that movie. But I couldn't watch it.
The Predator comes out this year, by the way.
Yeah.
May, what's that?
I don't know, but it's by the guy that wrote the original one that was wearing the glasses in the original Predator.
Got to have Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover.
Well, Danny Glover was in the second. Wouldn't that be fucked up? They meet up. I'm too old for this. No, that wasn't Danny Glover. Was that Danny Glover?
I don't know.
In Lethal Weapon? I'm too old for this shit.
But
That wasn't Danny Glover, was it? No, I don't think so. No.
But appreciate y'all listening. You know where to check us out at. It'll be in the description. But
Yeah, hit this movie up on Netflix.
Netflix, yep.
Ghost House.
Ghost House. But that's all we got. We out.
Peace.